ready to take your Dragon Ball Supercard game skills to the next level? Let's build the ultimate red Beerus deck together. I'll walk you through every step of crafting a powerful deck that maximizes Beerus's abilities, enhances your defensive plays, and keeps your opponents on their toes. From selecting the best cards to mastering smart strategies, this guide will help you dominate the game. Plus, if you're a content creator with a YouTube channel, let me know in the comments. I'd love to subscribe and support your work too. Check out the community page for our latest image poll and stay updated with the announcements playlist for upcoming events, tournaments, raffles, and giveaways. Don't miss out. Subscribe for more DBS deck building tips, strategies, and exclusive content. So what are you waiting for? Let's get started. All right, let's kick things off by talking about our leader, Beerus, and what makes him such a powerful card. In his normal form, Beerus has 15,000 attack power and 2 key abilities. Critical. When Beerus inflicts damage, the life card goes directly to your opponent's drop area instead of their hand. This is a great way to limit their resources. Permanent. On your turn, Beerus gets a 5,000 power boost, bringing his attack up to 20,000. When you attack only, in rest mode he goes back to 15,000. When Beerus awakens, it's game-changing. To awaken him, your life must be at 4 or less. When you do, you get to draw 1 card and flip him over. In his awakened form, Beerus has 20,000 attack power and 2 incredible abilities. Auto, when attacking, you can draw 1 card every time Beerus attacks. Activate main. This is where it gets really important. Once per turn, you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards and reduce its power by 10,000 for the turn. Here's the critical part. You can only activate this second ability during the activate main phase, which happens before your opponent starts rushing through their turn. If your opponent has a battle card on the field, speak up at the start of their turn and say, "Wait, I'm using Beerus's ability." This way, you can weaken one of their cards by 10,000 power before they start summoning or attacking. This ability is super versatile. It can help you weaken their battle cards on defense or set up a strong attack on your turn. But the key is to be vocal and proactive. Don't let your opponent rush through their turn and then claim you missed your chance to use the ability. So remember, as soon as it's your opponent's turn, call out your move. Let them know, "I'm using Beerus's ability to reduce that card's power by 10,000. Don't be afraid to stand your ground and play strategically." All right, let's jump right into it. Starting with our level 1 battle cards. First up, we have Master Roshi. I'm running 2 copies of him. I used to run 4, but you'll see later why I decided to cut it down 2. When you play Master Roshi, he lets you draw 1 card, always a solid start with. Plus, during your opponent's turn, you can send him to the drop area to give your leader and any other battle card a 5,000 power boost, helping protect against attacks. Next, we got Piccolo. I also run 2 copies of him. Just like Master Roshi, Piccolo lets you draw 1 card when played. He can defend also your leader and any other battle cards you control. By sending him to the drop area, he powers them up by 5,000, making him super versatile too. Now, on to Whis. I only run 1 copy of this card, but it's clutch in the mid to late game. And here's why. When you play Whis, you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards and reduce its power by 5,000 for the turn. On top of that, he's a great defender. Sending Whis to the drop area gives your leader or another battle card a massive 10,000 power boost dot to help defend. If you can get your level 1 cards in your opening hand, you're setting yourself up for a strong start. Alright, let's move on to our level 2 cards. First up, Chi-Chi. I run 4 copies of her and she's an absolute must-have in any red deck. She has 2 abilities. On play, you can draw 1 card. This is why I cut Master Roshi and Piccolo to just 2 copies each. With Chi-Chi, I still have 8 cards in my deck that allow me to draw. Her second ability is what makes her so valuable. She's a blocker. After your opponent attacks, you can switch Chi-Chi to rest mode to redirect the attack to her. If it's a weaker attack, you can send her to the drop area for a 10,000 power boost. But if it's a huge attack, 40,000 or 50,000 power, you simply use her blocker ability to absorb it. It would destroy her, and you don't have to use other cards to block. Next, let's talk about Caulifla. I include 3 copies of her in this deck. She has 2 abilities. On play, you can optionally take 1 card from your life and add it to your hand. While I don't use this ability often, it can come in handy in specific situations. Critical, this is her standout feature. When she inflicts damage, the life card goes straight to your opponent's drop area instead of their hand, disrupting their resources. Keep in mind, once she attacks, she goes into rest mode and can't block. This is why I avoid attacking with level 1 cards unless absolutely necessary. They're better used defensively. Now, onto Son Goku. I run 2 copies of this card, with 20,000 power and a great ability. When attacking, you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 10,000 power or less and KO it. This is excellent against blue decks that rely on smaller blockers. You can clear their board before they have a chance to defend their leader, forcing them to rely on their hand. For Vegeta, I run just 1 copy. He also has 20,000 power, but his unique abilities make him a strong pick for handling tougher threats. Permanent ability. When battling other battle cards, Vegeta gains an additional 10,000 power, bringing him to 30,000 power. This boost is only active when attacking battle cards, not the leader, but it's perfect for taking down stronger threats. Next, we have Fuwa, another utility card I include as a single copy. On play, reduce one of your opponent's battle card's power by 15,000 for the turn. Pair this with Beerus' Awakened ability, which reduces an opponent's power by 10,000, and you can drop an opponent's card by 25,000 power without even attacking. This makes Fuwa an invaluable tool for controlling the board. Finally, we'll move into the level 3 battle cards to see how they elevate the deck's strategy. Alright, let's dive into the level 3 battle cards and explore their abilities and how they fit into this deck strategy. 1. Son Goku. I run 1 copy of Son Goku, and here's why. With 25,000 attack power, Son Goku's ability is a game changer. On play, add 1 card from your life to your hand, then KO one of your opponent's battle cards with 20,000 power or less. This card's perfect for clearing threats and putting pressure on your opponent. While running 3 or 4 copies might seem tempting, keep in mind that Son Goku lacks defense, making him vulnerable. I stick to 1 copy to avoid a late-game handful of cards you can't play. 2. Vegeta. Next, I run 1 copy of Vegeta with 20,000 attack power and 2 powerful abilities. When attacking, discard 2 cards from your hand. For the rest of your opponent's turn, Vegeta can't be KO'd and gains plus 30,000 power. That's a huge 50,000 power swing. Activate main. Once per turn, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 25,000 power or less and KO it, then KO Vegeta. Vegeta is a solid late-game finisher, but the hand discard makes him tricky to use. Because of that, I prefer 1 copy, but you could run more if you play carefully with your hand management. 3. Shin. I run 2 copies of Shin with 20,000 attack power. His permanent ability is a great synergy with your leader. Permanent. During your turn, if your leader has the God of Destruction trait, it gains plus 10,000 power. With Beerus as your leader, this means Beerus attacks with 30,000 power every turn. This is especially strong early on, and even late game, a 30,000 Beerus with critical damage is a huge threat. 4. Son Gohan. I run 1 copy of Son Gohan, though you can adjust to 2 or 3 copies if you'd like. Here's why he's effective. Permanent. If your leader is awakened, Son Gohan gains plus 5,000 power during your turn, making him a powerful late-game option. When attacking, add 1 card from your life to your hand, then choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 15,000 power for the turn. Son Gohan is great for weakening your opponent's board in the mid to late game while keeping up the pressure. 5. Son Goku Critical. I run 1 copy of this Son Goku with 25,000 attack power and critical. The critical ability means, when attacking, any damage Son Goku inflicts goes straight to the drop area instead of your opponent's hand. This makes him a serious threat that can chip away at your opponent's life without letting them recover. 6. Beerus. Finally, I run 1 copy of Beerus with 20,000 attack power and the critical ability. Similar to Son Goku, when Beerus hits, critical, your opponent's life card goes directly to the drop area. This makes Beerus another fantastic card for pushing through damage while preventing your opponent from blocking. These level 3 battle cards are key to maintaining pressure and flexibility in your deck. They give you both offensive power and defensive options that you can use strategically throughout the game. When attacking, choose one of your other battle cards and it gains plus 5,000 power for the turn. Deck strategy, theme. The theme of this deck is clear. Critical damage to control your opponent's resources and abilities to weaken their battle cards. With cards that reduce power and deal critical damage, you can efficiently dismantle your opponent's board while keeping the pressure on their life. Now let's move on to the level 4 battle cards. Alright, now let's break down our level 4 battle cards and their roles in the deck. 1. Son Goku. I run 4 copies of this Son Goku, who has a solid 30,000 attack power and 2 amazing abilities. On play, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and it gets minus 15,000 power for the turn. Auto, when this card KOs an opponent's battle card in battle, deal 1 damage to your opponent. This card is a powerhouse. You can weaken an opponent's battle card by minus 15,000 power and then attack it with Goku to KO it. When you do, you'll trigger his ability to deal 1 damage directly to your opponent. Alternatively, you can bypass their board and attack their leader directly for 30,000 power. Just make sure to use his ability strategically to maximize his impact. 2. Jiren. I run 1 copy of Jiren, also with 30,000 attack power, and he comes with 2 unique abilities. Permanent. This card can't be KO'd once per turn. This makes Jiren a great stall card since your opponent will need to KO him twice to remove him from the field. Activate Battle. Opponent's turn once per turn. Take 1 damage, then add the top card of your deck to your life. Jiren's second ability is both a strength and a potential risk. On one hand, it can save you by replenishing your life, but on the other, it can also backfire. Important ruling tip. If you're down to your last life card and Jiren's effect triggers, you'll lose the game before the card from your deck is added to your life. So use him wisely and be cautious during critical moments. 3. Son Gohan. I run 3 copies of Son Gohan, who has 25,000 attack power and 2 abilities. Critical. When this card inflicts damage, your opponent's life card goes straight to the drop area instead of their hand. When attacking, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and it gets minus 10,000 power for the turn. Gohan is another key card in this deck's strategy. His critical ability helps deny your opponent valuable resources, and the minus 10,000 power reduction is perfect for weakening your opponent's board. This makes him a great card for mid-game plays, helping to maintain control while dealing direct damage. With these level 4 cards, you're setting up a strong mid-game presence, combining powerful attacks, critical damage, and board control. Alright, let's dive into our level 5 battle cards and see what makes them so powerful. 1. Son Goku. I run 2 copies of this card and it packs a punch with 35,000 attack power and 2 awesome abilities. Double Strike. This card inflicts 2 damage instead of 1 when it attacks. On play, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and it gets minus 20,000 power for the turn. This card is perfect for the late game. With Double Strike, you can hit their leader and take 2 life cards in a single attack. Plus, its minus 20,000 power reduction is fantastic for clearing big threats or weakening blockers. A must-have for finishing games strong. 2. Beerus. I run 1 copy of Beerus, also with a massive 35,000 attack power, and he comes with 2 powerful abilities. Critical. When this card inflicts damage, your opponent's life goes straight to the drop area instead of their hand. On play, discard 1 card from your hand, then choose all of your opponent's battle cards with 25,000 power or less and KO them. Beerus is a great card for clearing the board and applying pressure. While his critical ability denies your opponent resources, his board clearing effect can swing the momentum in your favor. I primarily include him for the critical, but that KO ability can come in clutch in the right situations. 3. Frieza. I run 1 copy of Frieza with 25,000 attack power and 2 unique abilities that make him a game changer. On play, if your leader has the Universe 7 trait, this card gains plus 20,000 power and can't be removed from the battle area by your opponent's skills until the end of their next turn. This is especially effective against blue decks, which often try to bounce your cards to the bottom of your deck. Let's dive right in. When attacking, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and it gets minus 10,000 power for the turn. Now, with its on-play ability, Frieza's attack power skyrockets to 45,000, making it a true game changer. Plus, the minus 10,000 power reduction lets you weaken threats while still delivering a crushing blow. I run just one copy of Freezer since it shines best as a late-game finisher, but it's a solid addition to this deck's lineup. With these level 5 cards, you're bringing serious power, board control, and finishing potential. But we're not stopping here. Let's level up with our level 6 battle cards. Level 6 Son Goku, 4 copies. This card is an absolute powerhouse with 40,000 attack power and 2 incredible abilities. On play, until the end of your opponent's next turn, negate the next damage you would take. This ability allows strategic gameplay. Use your blockers for smaller attacks, but save Son Goku's shield for the big threats. When attacking, choose all your opponent's battle cards and they get minus 20,000 power for the turn. Pair this with Beerus, your leader, who also reduces power by minus 10,000. Together they create devastating synergy, clearing the board while keeping you in control. That's why I run 4 copies. Son Goku is essential for both offense and defense. Level 7, Shin, 4 copies. Shin might only have 15,000 attack power, but its defensive capabilities make it invaluable. Auto, opponent's turn. When used in a combo, Shin gains an extra plus 10, 000 combo power, turning it into a 20,000 power blocker. Pro tip, always save Shin for blocking. It's too valuable to use for energy. Including 4 copies ensures reliable defense against high damage attacks, protecting your leader or key battle cards. That covers our battle cards. Now let's move on to the extra cards that take this deck to the next level. Tournament of Power Arena, 3 copies. This field card stays active until replaced, providing a consistent plus 5, 000 power boost to your leader or battle cards. It's especially useful early in the game for gaining a solid edge. God Kamehameha, 4 copies. This card shines as a control tool with the ability to KO an opponent's battle card with 30,000 power or less. Plus, if you have no battle cards in play, its cost is reduced, making it a versatile must-have option. Inexhaustible Power, 1 copy. Activate this for a massive plus 25, 000 power boost to your cards in battle, while also weakening an opponent's key battle card by minus 15,000 power. It's a clutch play that can swing the game in your favor. It's over, 1 copy. A late game powerhouse, this card KOs all your opponent's battle cards with 25,000 power or less when you control a card with 30,000 power or more. It's the perfect partner for Son Goku level 6's 40,000 power attack, ensuring board dominance. And that's my main red deck for December 2024. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting deck techs. Let me know in the comments which deck you'd like me to cover next. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Don't forget to subscribe!